Welcome back, and apologies for that long break, but we definitely cannot wait to hear from you from this end. So we're going to be talking about, of course, one developing issue that was announced yesterday, on Saturday rather. That is the 1st of February. We saw Dangote coming out to post, talking about how they've reduced the petrol price from their own end. So the reduction, of course, of the prices, that's petrol prices. Dangote Petroleum Refinery made the announcement of a decrease in the ex-depot price of premium motor spirit, that's PMS, commonly known as petrol, from 950 naira per litre to 890 naira per litre, effective from Saturday, that's 1st of February 2025. Now, this price adjustment is a response to favorable developments in the global energy sector and a significant decline in international crude oil prices. So Dangote Refinery's decision reflects its commitment to aligning with market realities and ensuring that consumers benefit from the changes in international crude prices. Historically, Nigeria has experienced some of the most significant fuel price increases in the world. Now, in 2012, the government's attempt to deregulate the petroleum sector led to a massive fuel subsidy removal, which resulted in a 117% increase in petrol prices. In 2016, the government increased the petrol prices to 67% from 86 naira 50 kobo to 145 naira per litre. However, with the Dangote Refinery's recent announcement, Nigerians may finally experience some relief at the pumps. The refinery has called on marketers across the country to ensure that the benefits of the reduced price are passed on to the Nigerian public. Now, you remember during the festivities, the festive holiday from late December to early January, Dangote Refinery decided to do its own giving back to the community, to the society, and reduce the pump price. And we had a discussion with our viewers, and most of you called and said you did not feel the impact at all, especially people from the core north, and that has been the major concern. So in the same statement, Dangote pointed out that there should be a deliberate effort. Let's see it being reduced. So throughout this, of course, a 30-minute segment of the show, we want to hear from you. Have you noticed any changes in petrol prices in your area? And do you think this reduction of course would impact your daily life and expenses? So what are your expectations regarding the petrol price in the coming week or prices? Please make sure you call. The numbers will be displayed on your devices. You can call any of the numbers, and you can also send WhatsApp message via the first one. So let's hear your take on this. And quickly, just to point it out, that me in my end in the FCT, I have noticed that because in last 2 weeks we have seen, or 3 weeks thereabout, we have seen how prices of fuel just rose back to over 1,000 naira, 1,100 and something naira. But then just today, while driving to work, I noticed a fuel pump price has reduced to 900 and something thereabout. So we want to hear from you. If you're in the FCT, if you're in north, south, east, west, let's hear from you. Would you say that you have experienced this reduction? Go ahead, call the numbers displayed on your devices. And also, what are your expectations? Do you think that this would be replicated? This is going to continue? Do you hope that it's going to happen anytime soon? And all of that, call the numbers displayed on your TV screen. And in case if perhaps there's a bit of congestion in the network, then you can send WhatsApp message via the first number, and we get to hear from you on that one. So please go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on today's conversation. All right. A lot needs to be done. I think we're seeing some calls, and hopefully we get to connect them and hear from them. So go ahead, call the numbers on your devices, and let's hear from you on the matter of petroleum prices. And hopefully we get to hear from you. Please go ahead, call us back, and let's hear from you on that one. So first caller, good morning. Yes, good morning.
Austin.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Niger. So it's in the Niger.
All right, Barnabas from Niger State. Good to have you. Let's hear your take on today's topic.
In our own area, we are still buying for 1,351 per liter.
Go ahead, Barnabas. Do we still have Barnabas on the line?
Hello?
Barnabas, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. I said in my area, we are still buying for 1,351.
And that is in Niger State. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm getting a bit of a delay from Barnabas. But he's saying in his area it's still over 1,000 and even 160, like close to 1,200. And that is really much. And we know that we had a call. We spoke to someone, an expert, and they mentioned that this whole thing comes with a bit of delay, especially when it comes to implementing this. We have another caller. Good morning. Good morning, Shatima from Maiduguri. Good to have you.
Thank you. Still, you cannot even pick to call the second name, Yakudima.
Shatima Yakundima.
Very good. So, you see, Sumaya, honestly speaking, this issue of petroleum reduction in price, it cannot be just a mere statement. Because all what we are experiencing is a mere statement. No, there is no any enforcement. I don't know whether the authority that are responsible for enforcement, they have become a toothless bulldog who can bark and cannot bite. What essentially speaking is, you see, whenever they say there is a reduction in the price, we are only heard over media, but we are not seeing it practically. And even yesterday, I buy petroleum at 1,080 naira per liter. That is the cheapest filling station in Maiduguri. So some they are selling 1,150, 1,200. So they can make the announcement of reduction, but you cannot see it. They cannot do it. They cannot implement it. They keep on exploiting people. They are doing things like we don't have next wall. They do things like this is the permanent home that we have. Let everyone realize in whatever way you cheat somebody, you are going to account for it. This is a reality. Most of us in this country, we are practicing Muslims. And we are practicing, just Christianity. We are not. You see, it is surprising me. Most of the people they are pretending that they are practicing their faith, but deep inside them, money, religion have dominated them. The issue is you have to be kind to your brother. If you have a reduction in price, let him feel it. But if it was just an increase, before you say Jakana they have implemented it, they will be selling it at an expensive price. But when there is a reduction, they will not do it. This we are calling for government to intervene, to make it enforcement body should be come in. Whenever there is a reduction, they make sure that reduction has been reflected. That's my takes.
All right. I appreciate you, Shatima, for that. The point of saying we tend to see this whole situation over and over again, but how do we solve it? And we know that the president is saying that there's not going to be price control and all that, but there needs to be some kind of holding people accountable. And of course, in due course of this discussion, I'll tell you how we even got here. It wasn't the goodwill of Dangote. There was an international crude oil reduction in prices, which led to this decrease that we're seeing from Dangote. All right, I think we have another caller. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear us?
Good morning. How are you?
All right. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, I'm calling you from Jalingo, Taraba State.
All right, good to have you from Jalingo. And your name? Please tone down the volume of your device. I can hear myself through your phone. And
All right, now are you together with me?
Yes, I am with you. Are you with me?
All right, now. So, looking at reductions of fuel price from Dangote refinery, I think it is very welcome development. Looking at the conditions of how transportation or how inflations of price of petroleum in Nigeria. So, transportation is now become something that is very hard to the people, especially if you look at Nigerians. I know that even transport from even within around the state metropolis, if you want travel from one place to another, or if you want move from your house to the market, something that you are paying is something that we are always used to consider with. Like a small scale businesses that we always used to engage. Reducing that fuel price, it will help to make our scale businesses. Are you getting me?
Yes, I am with you.
All right. So it will help these our small scale businesses to improve their economy. But the only problem is from the filling stations or from the IPMAN. That is the union of these petroleum people of this country. If you look at what they are doing always, they always used to engage on some certain things that we Nigerians we are not liking on what they are always used to do. For instance, now we are all aware that Dangote refinery they recently comments about the reductions of price of petroleum. So, but looking at the way that these things happened, these people they will never reduce the actual price of the liters of their commercial filling stations, you understand? But normally we know that this NNPCL filling station they always used to reduce the level or the the price of their liters. So, but if you look at how the queue, you understand, the queue is even worse in their filling station because they are the ones that are following the legal actual prices of the legal things. They are following the legal way on how citizens they can patronize their price of their liters. So seriously, we are calling on government to look into this matter immediately. If there is a reduction, not even only in the petroleum. Anything that we know that it has already the price of all commodities has fallen. Let this our people or this our commercial people they should look into the matter and reduce the price of all things that we are selling in our country because these are the only problem that we have in Nigeria.
Okay, all right. I appreciate your call and your take on this. And even though you forgot to tell us your name, but then we know that you're calling from Taraba, so we appreciate you for sharing your take there. Good morning. Good morning. Are you with us?
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Ebonyi State.
Okay, from Ebonyi. What's your name? Oh, I think we have to let you go. Apologies. The network is really not connecting, and there seems to be a bit of noise from your own end, and communication without noise will not really be that clear. So please go ahead, call us back, and if you're calling, stay away from your devices. That way we can hear from you and get your take on today's topic. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Ismail calling from Nigeria.
Good to have you, Ismail, from Nigeria.
Let's. Summayya, good morning.
Good
Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. It's good to have you. Let's hear your take on today's topic on if there is fuel reduction in your area and what are your expectations in the coming week?
Well, the prices of fuel in our area, well, to some extent it has reduced, but not as expected. I think it is only Total filling station that is selling at, I think, 1,000. Initially, I think last 2 weeks I bought 999 naira. But I think when I go back to buy, they taking it to almost 1,000 plus. That's the total. But other private filling stations are selling 1,150. Some are selling 1,160. So, and that apart, one of the major annoying thing about them, or let me say, and it's popular to every filling station in Nigeria, is the liter. The liter is nothing to write home about. Let's be sincere with ourselves. I think some years ago I happened to be in Castina. I appreciate what the DDPR or whoever that regulate the
Yes.
Yes. I was driving along Castina in one of the villages. I saw them going around from filling station to filling station, measuring. If early morning before they sell fuel, they have to go and measure their liters.
Okay.
But it's not popular to most, especially in Nigeria here. Maybe only in Mina, but in other places it's not popular, and which is really annoying. At least you enjoy what you paid for, at least. But we are really not enjoying what we are paying for. So our expectation is, as Dangote, thank God we have Dangote refinery, I will also hope that some of the private refineries should also come up, at least. If there is competition, at least I believe, like we have in communication, I believe we are going to have a lot reduction in fuel price.
Okay.
I believe so. So now that Dangote are picking it upon himself to reduce the fuel price, we also expect the other filling, those that go to buy for him to also emulate him in reducing the price so that Nigerians will have at least ease in most of their things. Because one thing that is even causing a lot of problem in this country is the fuel. And as my brother Sitima said, immediately they heard that there is increment of fuel, or they even heard that there's going to be increment of fuel. Before you know, the product they have, they will increase the price. But once there is announcement that there is reduction in fuel, what they will keep on saying is what they have is old product. Forgetting that when you heard that there is increment, you did not even tell people that, okay, I'm still selling my old product. Let me, I finish before I increase the price. No, they don't do that. So I don't know why we keep on being wicked to ourselves. We are all Nigerians, so at least we should enjoy what we have. But we are really not enjoying what we have.
Yeah,
so,
I get that.
May God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Yeah.
That prayer always gets to me. Thank you so much, Ismail, for that. It always gets to me when we say God bless Nigeria and we start holding each other accountable. So one of Ismail's concern is the fact that sometimes you even buy and the fuel pump is really bad. We've had few complaints here and there on that one, and I think there should be a regulation body, of course, in charge of the oil sector to look into all of these complaints and suspicions so that we avoid all of that. We have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you, the coordinator of this program.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Ebonyi State.
Oh, it's good to have you back from Ebonyi State. Good morning. All right, go ahead with your take.
The problem we have in this country is that some of the leaders are treating some of the people that are not in position as a second-hand class citizen. You see that we have Minister for Petroleum. But when you come to regulation of the price, they don't take care of that. If it is increased in price, you see that in Abakaliki here, they are selling petroleum at the price of 1,300, 1,200. In fact, it doesn't have a specific price. Each fuel station have to determine what price are they going to sell. And government are paying their fee here instead of them to control the price of the fuel. And this thing you are seeing cause a lot of problem in all sectors, both in health, both in education, but everywhere. If in terms of goods and this, you see price of the goods in the market skyrocketing to high this thing, and nobody is paying attention. When you are not in position in this country, my sister, you are gone.
No, hopefully we are not gone, and we get to see good results out of this.
So my submission is the government, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, supposed to have the body that regulates the price. If in terms of the state governor supposed to have the commissioner or special advisor that advise him on this price, so that if you have a new development like this, the special advisors or the board in charge will talk to the people in the position so that they will regulate the price. Okay, look at what somebody from Niger State is saying, 1,300. Look at the Medugri and look at the Ebonyi State. But in there some states that this 900 and something naira, they have started selling it. But the other states, before we hear any other price now is they have increased the price. But now they have reduced the price. Nobody will adhere to that.
Yeah, I get that. I get that frustration.
It's
Appreciate
very, very
you.
unfortunate. I thank the Trust TV television for bringing out this type of program this morning.
Thank you so much.
God bless you people.
Amen. We thank you too for giving us your time and calling us to share your take on this situation. So we have a message talking about, he said, good morning. I hope this finds you well. His main interest is the reduction of the Dangote refinery, and there is expectation on the coming week. He said that we should explain the implications of this for consumers and also to the economy. And also he wants us to provide insight on the reduction and what sector it might affect. So hopefully we're going to do that in course of time. This is from Muhammad Usamat Suleiman Durbunde. I hope I'm doing justice to that. Or from Durbunde town, Kano State. Thank you so much for that call and for the message. And in due course, of course, I would answer your question on the implications of this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Katsina, Benue State.
Good to have you from Katsina. What's your name?
My name is Alhaji Mohammed Audu.
Good to have you, Alhaji Mohammed, this morning. Let's hear your take on today's topic.
Thank you for bringing this program this morning.
I appreciate it.
What the problem of this our country is because the federal government doesn't monitor actually what is happening in this country. As the former speaker said now, you see, even the chairman of local government, not even the governor, let the chairman of the local government set task force on petroleum, because when they add money on fuel, immediately before you know, go to the filling station, you discover that they have add money in prison. But when they reduce it, nobody will really reduce the meter. So we are begging for the government from the federal level to state to local government level. Let them at least set the task force, because this fuel is the problem of this country. If you go to farm to bring food to home, you use fuel. The commercial is fuel. Why all these things?
Please, can you stay a bit away from this noise? There is this noise that is really distorting our conversation. Are you close to your device? Is that why we're getting this feedback? All right, we tried to still at least get you. I mean, what I got from your conversation is that there is always a delay, and I will have to clarify that. Now, when it comes to the delay in implementation, now I get the frustration, right? I also blame these fuel marketers, these independent marketers, because each time there is an increase, even when it's old stock, they implement it immediately, and that is where their fault is. And that's why Nigerians are attacking the fact that if there is reduction, we should also feel the impact. We should feel the impact immediately. But then when it comes to the reduction, of course, these people have already bought the fuel at the previous price, which is 915 naira. So of course they are going to sell it and recover their money first, and the profit before they go and buy it at 819 naira, which was just started, it was just started on 1st of February. That was just 2 days ago, or even a day ago, based on calculation. So definitely there needs to be a bit of time there. But then what are your expectations in coming week? Do you hope to see the change in all of this? Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Please stay away from your device. Your name and where you're calling us from? All right, I think we lost that caller. Please call us. Let's hear your take. If you're calling and it's just to say hi, then quickly tell us hi, and we can allow other people to call in to share their take on this. So, of course, we got a lot of message. Someone did ask us what are the implications when it comes to other sectors. First of all, there is increase in production. Of course, this would cause an increase in production of the oil, because we saw how the increments in the country outside the organization of the petroleum exporting countries, that is OPEC, such as the United States, Canada, Guyana, and Brazil. This also helped the offset of production costs from the OPEC members. We saw Nigerian government made talk about how the OPEC, is the one determining the price globally. So when Nigerians came and say, oh, we sell crude, so we should have at least a bit of lesser prices when it comes to fuel, then Nigerian government say, no, OPEC determines it. So of course OPEC should make it. So now, of course, it has made it globally. Now the price of crude oil has reduced, so Nigerian government, of course, would have to push to reduce their own prices, else they would not be able to compete much in the global market. And that is why Dangote is reducing his own. This is not out of his goodwill. This is because globally the prices of crude has reduced, and since it has reduced, then of course we have to follow suit. So while OPEC members have implemented the production cuts to support prices, this cut has partially offset the increase in production elsewhere. Additionally, is uncertainty about the future of this production cut. So now we are hoping that there's going to be a tons of decrease, and it would be replicated in every part of the country. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Summayya, this is Abubakar. I'm calling from Gombe.
It's good to have you, Abubakar, this morning. Let's hear your take on today's topic.
Shetima from Borno really touched my heart, spoke my mind, and I just want to summarize by adding just a link to it. In any case, we are bound by rules and regulations. But when the system is failing, the rules and regulations is also human. The word of behavior is true. In everything we are doing, just
Oh, Abasegong, I think the network is really affecting our conversation. We can't really hear you clearly.
In everything we do in life, there is judgment.
Yeah.
Actions are determined and classified into basic broad headlines. What are the headlines? Good deeds and bad deeds. These people, when there's fuel rise, they hoard the fuel, and then they inflate the prices. And when there is a downturn, they refuse to bring it down, and they continue to sell it at an exorbitant price. Why are they treating Nigerians like this? They should know that there is judgment. If they don't know, there is judgment. Disobedience to lay down rules and regulations will attract judgment on them. Thank you this morning. God bless you.
I appreciate you, Abasegong, for that. Your take on that. Of course, we will continue to hold them accountable before God does his own judgment, which will get to them. But then, yes, Nigerians need to know the importance of, if at all this whole thing continues, and hopefully there is a more positive light into this, then we'd get to see a positive result in sectors like the agriculture, manufacturing, logistics, power generation, general economy. and also the potential factors leading to the fuel price decrease. There is this, we knew that, of course, like I said earlier, there was global crude oil prices that has been determined, and then the most significant factor is that this the crude oil has fallen on the international market, so it became cheaper for Dangote to buy at that point, and if he should buy and refine, then of course he would sell it more cheaper, hence the reason. And hopefully we're going to continue to see all of this. Now we have a few messages. I'm just going to read through them. This one says, good morning. I am Mukhtar Caesar from Jos. The price reduction of petrol in Nigeria has no impact in my area because there is no price reduction anywhere or everywhere in the market. Both in transportation, the price still remains the same. I remember last time we spoke about it during the festive season, and we also had even the stakeholders in the transport sector complaining that they didn't really feel the impact, but I know that they should have. It's just a point of Nigerians just decide to make life more difficult for each other case. This one says, good morning. The price of the petroleum product is high. That was why the price of commodities goes up. So are we calling on government to reduce the prices to 500 naira so that the things should come down? More so, in my area, the price is fluctuating, so going up and down. Everyone is selling it at his will, so there is no regulation, and the federal government, of course, is saying that there is no plan on price regulation. This is from Rabo Maikefi. Thank you so much for that message. I mean, due to time constraint, of course, these are the messages and calls that we could pick at this hour. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to double down and have a conversation with an expert on this, the impact of this fluctuation of the oil sector, talking about the prices of petrol in Nigeria. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.